And just see if anybody else is coming in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing this hour of your precious life to be here this evening on Winter Solstice, on this pause point on the wheel of the year, that we get to welcome back in a slither of light, a gentleness of light, but also to really tune into the darkness. My inbox today has been filling up with Winter Solstice emails, as I'm sure yours has too. And so many of them have been focused on, the light's coming back in, the light's coming back in. And I'm like, yeah, and we're still in the darkness. So it's a gentle turn back towards the light. Almost like you barely even notice it, just a slight glance towards the light. And I heard something today that said, well, it was yesterday actually, that from this point onwards, we get about 1 minute a day extra of light. And I was like, wow, it could go unnoticed. And yet, when we live with intention, we can start to tune in, and perhaps even in our physical bodies, we might start to notice something shifting, something changing. So welcome here on Winter Solstice. And there is an invitation, and you'll hear me say that word quite a lot this evening, invitation, because everything that we do and experience together in this space is an invitation. You get to choose. I am not a guru in any shape or form. I'm a human being just like you, and I'm here simply to share with you what I most love. And I'm reminded of the saying, we teach what we most need to learn. I needed to learn how to rest, and I need to continue to learn how to rest to be able to be in this life and to live in reverence of life. So everything is by invitation. So you get to choose. You have absolute autonomy over your experience here. Everything is by invitation. So there is an invitation now to pop into the chat box how you are before we take any inner glance, go any further. How are you? If you were to capture it in maybe 2 or 3 words, how are you this evening? And you might tune into your physical self or your emotional self or the quality of your heart. And I urge you to go with the first 2 or 3 words that come through. They tend to be the most authentic. Welcoming William and Danny into this space. I'm going to bring up the chat box. So we're just having a little landing here with 2, maybe 3 words, how you are this evening. As we turn a gentle glance towards the light and also celebrate the darkness. So just so we can get a feel for what's here, we have quiet, calm and relaxed, tired and grateful, unsettled, exhausted, overwhelmed, busy-minded, grateful, relaxed, curious, calm, open-hearted, grateful and wanting to pause, grateful, but tired, lost and floating. Yes, Molly, it says I can only direct message. Is that right? It should have shared, but it's just come direct, so I'm going to read. Feeling quiet and emotional, exhausted, relaxed, tired, sadness, the need to rest more, journeying, slowing down, ready, sad, confused, unsure, in pain, apprehensive, content, grateful, frazzled, present. So a whole host of emotions. I don't know if I can change it at this moment too. I don't think I can. I think it maybe is something in a setting that's coming directly to me. So anything that is shared that wants to be spoken, it will be brought to this space. There is an invitation now. Well, this is actually a request. If anybody is not on mute already, could you please put yourself on mute? There will be space at the end to speak if you wish, and it will be at the end before we sign off. And if anybody wants to stay a little bit longer in conversation or connection, I will be keeping this space open a little longer. So the structure of this evening is to come together, is to land, is to get curious about what it is to be together on winter solstice, is to turn down the noise of the outside world and to come together in rest. There's no mistake, we're all here together this evening. So noticing what happens in you when you hear the word rest. Is it something that you're familiar with? Something that feels mildly terrifying, or anywhere in between the two? And it's all welcome. So as we land here, you're hearing me say the word welcome quite a lot. I'd invite you to take your gaze away from the screen, to perhaps close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you, or just soften your gaze down as I bring in a more expansive and deeper welcoming to you, to each and every one of you. Imagining a world where you feel truly welcomed in every moment of life, just as you are, without needing to shapeshift or change, to show up or mask. What is it to feel welcome? To feel welcome, whatever the state of your heart is, in relation to your personal life experience, to the experience of others, and to the experience of Earth. How is it to know you are welcome? To be welcomed however your physical body is this evening. Any areas of tension, of tightness, any areas that feel constricted or contracted or even in pain. How is it to feel welcome in your body, in all the areas that feel expansive and soft, warm and open? How is it to feel welcome with your mind? However you express through your thoughts, however you process information, however you hear. How is it to be welcome in this way? How is it to be welcomed in whatever emotional state you're in right now? Grief, sadness, rage, joy, lightness, heaviness, softness, and any harshness that may be showing up. How is it to know that you are completely welcome just as you are right now? How is it to know that you are welcome in whatever your belief is of this life and how this life comes towards you? How is it to be welcome. Whatever expression you have of your inner world and that which is greater than you, you may call it spirit, soul essence. Some may call it God, nature, life, the great mother of all of us, earth. Whatever connects you to something greater than you is welcome here on this wintry solstice evening, where we come together to celebrate both the darkness and the gentle slither of light that comes back in. And as you hear the word darkness, notice what your relationship is to that word and to that concept and to that which is dark in life. So I'd love to share a poem with you as we start to consider turning towards rest. And as I was just starting to speak about the gentle structure of this evening, or the holding, let's say, so I will read a poem shortly. You will be invited to get as comfortable as you can afterwards and just to really create a rest space that's comfortable for you. And then I will be guiding and speaking first of all about the practice that is the dearest to my heart, that is Yoga Nidra, which I will gently lead you into. From that place, there will be a gathering of all the gifts of that practice, even if that gift is that you fall asleep. As we return, and there'll be a quiet time for reflection and journaling before we come back to this space, and you may just want to drift off to sleep. And this space will then be open for about 15 minutes, depending on where we travel, where we go, for anybody that's feeling a calling to stay in connection or to share any further words. So I'd like to share with you a poem which is called In Celebration of Winter Solstice. Don't be afraid of the darkness. Dark is the rich, fertile earth that cradles the seed, nourishing growth. Dark is the soft night that cradles us to rest. Only in the darkness can stars shine across the vastness of space. Only in darkness is the moon's dark dance so clear. There is a mystery woven in the dark, quiet hours. There is magic in the darkness. It fills our dreams that root, unravel, and reweave themselves in the shelter of the deep, dark night. The dark has its own hue, its own resonance, its own breath. It fills our soul, not with despair, but with promise. Dark is the gestation of our deep and knowing self. Dark is the cave where we rest and renew our soul. We are born of the darkness, and each night we return to the deep, moist womb of our beginnings. Do not be afraid of the darkness, for in the depth of that very darkness comes the first glimpse of our own light. As it glows and grows, the darkness recedes, As we shed our light, we shed our fear and reveal in the wonder of all that is revealed. So do not rush to the coming of the sun. Do not crave the lengthening of the day. Celebrate the darkness, here and now, a time of richness, a time of joy. And that is by somebody called Stephanie Noble, which I will share with you after this. I love how that is a reminder to not rush towards the lightness. And for me, that is something I learn more and more each year. I deepen into it each time, just to go in and to go down and to really embrace the darkness and to welcome the gifts that when I embrace the darkness that come through. So we're going to travel further into rest shortly, into my favorite practice. Anyone that knows me will know that Yoga Nidra is absolutely like my soul sibling that travels with me. Yoga Nidra is a practice. It's a very ancient practice that originates from India. Nidra is the yogic sleep, or the sleep of the yogi or the yogini. It is an inner dance in many ways, a journey that we can take to travel inwards. And for some people, it may be really comfortable. For some, there may be a restlessness, a discomfort in moment. And I say, sometimes when it's a new practice and there's an unknown, there may be a restlessness. And sometimes for me, I can practice again and again and again for years and years and years, and the restless still shows up sometimes. Sometimes I might come out of the practice more restless than I went in. And the reason I'm saying this is to invite you to drop any expectation of it being a certain way or finishing the practice with a certain, I must be really relaxed and I want to feel this certain state. Is to invite any story of the mind or any specific expectation to release. And this really invites and evokes a curious mind of how might it be to come to this with a beginner's mind, particularly if you're familiar, and a mind of wonder. And we can call in the qualities that we would like. Doesn't necessarily mean life will gift us those in that moment. But perhaps if you want to call in ease, have that as an intention to welcome in. There is a moment in the practice of Yoga Nidra where we connect with the heart and we can plant an intention or the heart's vow. This is called a sankalpa, where we can really tune in to our heart's desire. So I'll guide you towards that point, but just to again sow a seed of what might your heart really desire. And often for me, as my mind kicks in, I'm like, well, it's probably this, or I definitely want that. And as I go in further and further, something else comes through that might be totally, totally different. So inviting in an openness to what comes. How might it be to consider creating a nest now for your rest and to let your body find the deepest place of comfort? What would that look like and feel like for you? So we'll have a couple of minutes for you all to prepare, to soften lights, to turn down any bright lights can be really nice, if that's comforting for you. What comforts one person is likely different for another. And noticing your relationship to darkness, to rest, perhaps to candlelight, and even to comfort. Have your journals close to hand because you may well want to write at the end. When I rest, sometimes I sit and sometimes I lie down. There are a few areas of the body to consider where we could find ourselves in a place, and knowing that you can move in any moment. This whole staying still to me feels very outdated when it comes to autonomy and care of humans. So knowing that you can shift and shuffle with a mindful ease whenever you want and need to. But consider how you are supporting yourself in the back of your neck, the space between your shoulders, around your hips and pelvis. And then noticing where is the most comfortable place for your limbs to rest, arms and legs. We'll take one more minute to settle in. And feel free to turn your cameras off if that feels right for you. So as we start to tune in a little more into this practice, to say that if your body is depleted, if you are tired, you may well fall asleep. I had a note from someone last week and it was just a half an hour practice in a group. And it was at 4:30 in the afternoon, and she messaged me to say that she woke up at 8:30 and the call had finished and she'd slept and slept and slept, said it was a great sleep. She missed most of her evening, but her body was tired. So if your body is feeling tired and you fall asleep, that's exactly what you need. If you do doze off or want to stay in rest, consider how you may journey from this place when we finish here tonight into the rest of your evening. If you finish in a gentle space, perhaps you could just allow that to stay. I'm loving that there are dog beings and cat beings joining in. My dog often comes and joins my practice. So welcoming you to the practice of Yoga Nidra. Noticing how you've landed. And it can be quite nice to notice any habitual tendencies when we come to land. Is this what your body wants to do this evening? Is this how you want to rest? You can even ask your body, how do you want to be in this moment? And as you settle in and settle down, consider the spaces I mentioned. Consider spaciousness in your body so you don't feel restricted in any way. Notice how you gather blankets and how they land upon you. It may feel easeful and comforting for you to take your gaze inwards, to close your eyes. My eyes will remain open throughout this practice to hold this space for you to rest. So if it feels right for you, you take your eyelids down. Let your gaze travel inwards. Or simply soften your gaze. And taking a moment in celebration for carving out this time. In a world so busy right now, so bright and often loud, this is an act of rebellion. And I rather like that. So welcoming you all into this act of rebellion, the rebellion of rest. Imagine how different life would be if everything started with rest. Drawing awareness now to your body and to take a moment just to allow yourself to land in a little bit more. So we have this settling in and settling down time, just to allow the body and your bones to rest a bit heavier and to come maybe a centimetre or two closer to the earth. I like the image of resting into the lap of Great Mother Earth. And bring in a gentle awareness now to the gentle pace of your breath. However that is for you, whatever your experience is. And you welcome your breath. There is no way to get this wrong. However you're breathing, however you're lying down, sitting up, maybe even standing, however you've landed, however you are in your body, is right in this moment. Noticing the rise and the fall of the breath and where you feel it in your body most strongly. And if in any given moment, anything I say feels overwhelming or uncomfortable, simply take your attention to a place that feels comforting for you. Maybe the palms of your hands or the soles of your feet, or taking your gaze to something in your room that feels comforting for you. Welcoming the rise and the fall of the breath, the cool air coming in and the warm air going out. Noticing this gentle cycle, this rebirth of breath in any given moment. Breath coming in and breath going out. And perhaps as you welcome your breath, there may be a sound that wants to travel on the out-breath. It may be a sigh, maybe even a yawn or a hum. It may be louder. It may be nothing at all. If there is a sound that would like to be expressed from you, through you, let that be heard by you. Becoming aware now of the sound of your breath, listening closely and paying attention now to the breath that leaves your body, the exhalations. I'm wondering if you can lengthen. Let the exhalations become a little bit longer. Lengthening and listening. And noticing now what else you can hear. There may be sounds inside your room or further afield, and let your ears travel now. And then come back to the sound of your breath. Now drawing your awareness to the space in the center of your chest, to your heart space. Seeing if you can allow your breath to land in this space, in the space of the heart. To place a little vow here, an intention for this practice, for this evening, for this winter solstice, for the celebration of both the light and the dark. And it may be something you want to experience during this practice. Something you'd like to call in. A felt sense. An expression unique to you. Or perhaps even a little prayer for your heart. Place this in the space of your heart. And if something doesn't come, don't worry. It may come later, in your dreams tonight. It may come tomorrow. Or further down the line. Bring awareness back to your breath. And send your exhalations now into the back of your body. This might bring you maybe a millimeter or two closer to the earth. Bring an awareness to that which supports you to be here. The people in your life. Those that you love. Practices you have. That which supports you to be here now. And we're going to take a little journey around the body now. To invite in awareness of each part. To offer love to each part. To each part of you as a human, unique in your expression of life. To welcome light into this moment. The gentleness a slowing down. Awareness of the space of the crown of your head. And at this space, you may welcome a gentle flow, a pouring in of a soft light, soothing your mind, your thoughts, and then journeying down across your forehead to the space between your eyebrows. And imagining now a soft glow gently landing in this space, softening any tension in the forehead, in the temples, and even the eyebrows, left and right. Letting awareness now draw down to the eyes. This gentle softness of light to the left eye and to the right. To see with love, with care and compassion. Draw your awareness now to the tip of your nose. And imagine a little glow there. Of softness of light. To your left cheek and your right cheek. And inside the cheeks now. Inside your mouth. Tongue and even teeth. Upper lip and lower lip. A gentle inner smile to the corners of your lips. And the soft, gentle glow. Bringing awareness now to your chin and to your left ear, receiving sound. All the gentle little folds in the ear. And bringing a gentle glow to this ear to listen with love. Awareness now to the right ear, to hear, to listen with love and all the gentle folds of this ear. And a light glow here. The whole of your face. The whole of your face in the softest glow on winter solstice. Let your awareness now travel down your face to your neck, to your throat, and to the muscles of your neck. Nothing to hold here. And let this gentle wintry glow land across your collarbones. To your chest or breasts, left and right. And back to the space of your heart. Let the glow in the space of your heart become warmer and just a little bit lighter. Becoming aware now of your left arm, your left elbow, a little gentle glow inside the left elbow and to the left wrist, the left thumb, first finger, second, third and fourth, and to the palm of the left hand. Place a little soft glow into the left palm. Becoming aware of the back of the left hand and the wrist and the elbow and the top of the left arm. Awareness now drawing over to the right arm, to the inside of the right elbow, a soft little glow, all the way down to the right wrist, to the thumb, the first finger, second, third and fourth, and into the palm of the right hand, a gentle, soft glow, to the back of the hand, to the wrist, elbow, and back to the top of the arm. Becoming aware of your left shoulder blade, the center of your left shoulder, welcoming a gentle glow of light, and your right shoulder blade and the center of the right shoulder blade. All the muscles of the back, feeling the lightness and warmth of the wintry glow. Each individual vertebrae now. Let your mind travel down from the top vertebrae to the last one there, tip of the tailbone and sacrum, all in the soft, wintry glow of gentle light. Let your awareness now travel to your navel and to the front of your body, and place a little glow in the center of your navel. Let this go now, travel down to your hips, to your pelvis, and into your buttocks, left and right. And travel down now your left leg, left thigh to your left knee, to the kneecap, and all the way down to the lower left leg, shin and calf, and into the left foot, to the sole of the left foot, to the top of the left foot, and a little gentle glow to the big toe, second, third, fourth, the way to the little toe, and then travel back up the leg to the front of the foot, the ankle, shin and calf and knee and thigh, back to the left hip and back to the pelvis. Let your awareness now travel across to the right thigh, this gentle glow down to the left right knee and right kneecap, shin and calf, all the way down to the right ankle now, the top of the right foot, the sole of the right foot, and the gentle glow to the big toe, second, third, fourth, and fifth. To the sole of the right foot, ankle, shin, and the calf, all the way back to the knee and the kneecap, and the thigh, hips, and back to the pelvis. Pelvis back to the navel, navel to heart, heart all the way back to the space between the eyebrows, and to the crown of your head. Becoming aware of the light at the crown of your head, traveling all the way down your body to the soles of your feet. The whole of your body held in the soft, wintry glow of light. Let awareness now draw back to the space of your heart, to the space of your heart, and land your attention here. Listen. Listen to your heart. Is there something that your heart wants to whisper to you right now? To invite you to hear? Some wisdom for this moment in time, for this present moment, in the darkness and the light of winter solstice. It may come as an image or as words. It may not come yet. I'll be quiet for a moment so you can listen. Is there anything your heart wants you to know? For the next few moments, let yourself feel light. To feel a full body glow. Lightness of being. And then let yourself, just for a brief moment, embrace darkness. And then find that place between the two, just the right amount for you. Find that place of comfort within. Knowing it's always there, even in the moments you cannot see it. There are always stars in the darkness of sky. There is always lightness within. May we celebrate the darkness. So we start to travel now towards the end of this practice. To gather up bundles of awareness. Anything you would like to gather, to bring. Starting to bring awareness back to your breath. Back to the sounds you hear. To bring about 10% of your awareness out. Noticing how much more you want to bring out. You may wish to stay in rest or in reflection. You may wish to travel up and out into journaling, into taking some moments to capture anything that came through for you. So starting to increase awareness, if that's where you want to go, to perhaps bring some gentle movement back to your body. You might wish to stretch or sound or yawn or sigh or bring back a hum or even a chant. There will now be a few moments of quiet to journal anything you want to. So I'm going to go onto mute to offer quietness for those that's still resting, and for those that wish to journal. If you wish to have a prompt for journaling, you might like to ask, What does your heart want to know about the light? So we're coming towards the end of our time together. And as I said at the beginning, this space will remain open about another 15 minutes approximately for those that want to stay in conversation or connection.